I chase the wind through corridors of dust. I place my hope in things that rot and rust. I tried to stitch a garment out of pride to cover up the hollow man inside. The law was like a mountain made of glass, a peak of gold I knew I couldn't pass. Each step I took just mirrored my defeat, until I reached the end of my conceit. I saw the cross, a rugged wooden frame, where mercy whispered out my secret name. I stood before the bar of holy light, with nothing but my failures in my sight. The gavel fell, the sentence was declared. But then the King of Glory stood and shared the weight of every debt that I had grown, the bitter seeds of sin that I had sown. He took my place, he wore my crown of thorn, and in that death a miracle was born.
I reached into the dark to touch his hand, and felt the power I could not understand.
Oh, the grave is cold, but the tomb is wide. I'm stepping out of everything I hide. The old man is a ghost I've left behind, for I have found a piece of another kind. I have been crucified with Christ my King. To this old life I no longer cling. It is no longer I who draws this breath, for I have found the life that follows death. The life I live within this tent of clay is lived by faith in Him who led the way, the Son of God who loved me to the end, who gave Himself to be my King and friend. This isn't just a doctrine on a page, it's freedom from a dark and heavy cage. I'm not defined by where I used to fall, or by the shadows lurking in the hall. My old identity was stripped away, like winter melting in the heat of May. I have a new name written in His blood. I'm standing in the center of the flood of grace that flows from every open vein, to wash away the memory of my stain. My hands are His to heal and His to hold, a vessel for a story yet untold. The life I live is not my own to claim, I'm just a spark that carries on His flame. I have been crucified with Christ my King. To this old life I no longer cling. It is no longer I who draws this breath, know my worth. I don't look to the treasures of the earth. I don't point to the trophies I have won. I only point to what the Lord has done. I am a branch that's grafted to the vine. His strength is flowing through this heart of mine. The I who wanted power and applause is dead and gone because of mercy's loss. I am a temple for a holy guest. In his surrender I have found my rest. It's a beautiful exchange, a sacred trade. The debt is canceled and the ransom's paid. My weakness for his everlasting might, my darkness for his uncreated light. My tattered rags for robes of royal white, my hairy heart for wings of morning flight. I am dead to sin, but I'm alive in him, from the very center to the outer rim. Break the jar of clay, let the treasure shine, until the world can see his life is mine. Now every morning is a resurrection morn, because the Spirit has me newly born. I live by faith in things I cannot see, because the Savior lives his life through me. In every trial, in every stormy night, his presence is my shield and my delight. He loved me when I had no